Alrighty, so the time has come for me to respond to Mr. Griffin Gaming. I've never heard of this guy before until he made a video reacting to my video in regards to 343 releasing Halo 3 on PC early. Now, I haven't watched this video yet. He put this video out on July 20th. It is now July 30th. So as I said, I haven't seen the video yet, but I think I have a pretty good idea what this video is going to be all about. I'm sure he is going to misconstrued the hell out of the point I was trying to make in my original video about 343 releasing Halo 3 on PC early. You know, if there's one thing I learned from uploading that video, it's that a lot of people must really struggle with critical thinking. Although, I don't think that video required too much evaluation to really understand the point I was trying to get across. I mean, I think I made it pretty clear on what the point of that video was. I have said this many times now, but I'm gonna say it again in this video. The whole point of my original video in regards to 343 releasing Halo 3 early was to explain why not everyone would be happy with the early release. Some people might be a little frustrated that the game came out early, and rightfully so. Not saying it's the end of the world, I'm just saying the early release isn't all sunshine and rainbows for everybody, okay? Some people are going to be a little disappointed that it came out early, and I explained why in my original video and in my second video where I was responding to some other dude who was reacting to my video. And I will link both of those videos in the description. The second one's kind of long, the first one's 14 minutes. If you want to watch it, go for it. If not, that's fine. I'll link Mr. Griffin Gaming's video in the description as well. And I've seen many people asking me, oh, if it's not a big deal, then why even make the video? Well, I don't fucking know. Why make any video about anything? like what? Why? What do you mean, why did I make the video? I just decided to make the video. Why do I make any video? Like, what? This wasn't just me trying to find something to bitch about. That's not what this was at all. The reason I decided to make the video is because I saw several people expressing frustration with the game releasing early. Mild frustration, okay. Again, wasn't the end of the world. I never said it was the end of the world. But I saw some people expressing some frustration with the game releasing early. And I seen many people just shitting all over those who were expressing some frustration with the game releasing early. Some people really couldn't comprehend why not everyone would be happy with the early release. So I'm seeing that go down. I'm seeing people get shit on for expressing some frustration with the game releasing early. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a video on this. I'm going to explain why not everyone would be excited that the game came out early. Okay, it's as simple as that. And something I said in my first video in regards to this matter and my second video, and it's something that I'm going to say again right now, and I will stand by this forever, is that if you can't comprehend why someone might not be happy with the early release, then you are a moron. Now, that's not me saying, hey, I'm right, you're wrong, and if you disagree with me, you're a moron. No. That's how some people want to frame it. Again, people misinterpret what I'm saying. They misconstrued my point, and that's what I'm suspecting we're going to be seeing a lot of in this Griffin Gaming video. But anyway, yeah, if you can't understand why someone might be a little frustrated, why they might not be happy with the early release, then you are a moron. Shit, you don't even have to agree with the frustration of these people. I'm just saying, if you can't comprehend it at all, you don't understand why someone might be frustrated with the early release, then yeah, you're a moron. You're a moron. And those of you watching this, you shouldn't be saying to yourself, "Oh, wow, I can't understand that. I guess I'm a moron." No, what what I would hope you're saying to yourself is, you know, yeah, I get that. I disagree with it, or you know, I was happy the game released early, but no, I can see why not everyone would be excited. Like, that's what I would hope you're thinking. Okay, so people like to say I was visibly mad in that video, but no, what you just saw, that is visibly mad. I've been trying to render out this fucking video for 2 days now. It's crashed on me. Sony Vegas has crashed on me over 20 times now just during the render. It crashed another 50 during the editing process. Yeah, that is visibly mad. But in that video, in a lot of videos, I think people misinterpret my emotions, I guess. Just because I talk loud and passionately, that doesn't mean I'm mad. It just means I'm talking loud and passionately. I don't know what to tell you, because in that video I wasn't that mad. Yeah, I just hope that someday people can focus less on how I say things and more on what the fuck it is I'm saying. I don't think that's too much to ask, but maybe it is. And I'm aware, in my video, I did say at one point, it's a terrible fucking thing that they released the game early. And I said that right after reading a reply from some dude in Discord who was basically saying, how could this be a bad thing that the game released early? And maybe that right there, maybe I shouldn't have said it was a terrible fucking thing. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But here's the thing. Like, there's a scale, okay? Worst thing in the world is way up here, and mild inconvenience is down here. And you know, the words like terrible, bad, awful, sucky, shitty, whatever. I use these words interchangeably. A lot of people do, okay? Whether I said it was bad, it sucked, it was terrible, I meant the same thing, okay? So on this scale, end of the world, mildly frustrating, mild inconvenience down here, when I said terrible, I'm still way down here, okay? Everyone's scale is different, but when I said terrible, I didn't mean it was the end of the world. I was just saying that, yeah, it could be a terrible thing, a bad thing, a mild inconvenience for somebody, whatever you want to call it. I was just saying not everyone would be happy with the early release. Not everyone's excited by this. Some people are going to be kind of frustrated that it released early. That's it. That's it. Like, we don't have to read into it a whole lot. And like, there was another part of the video where I said, oh, I was so pissed when the game released early. Again, another scale. Full-on rage way up here, and happy as can be down here. When I said I was so pissed, we're still way down here. We're still way down here, okay? And again, pissed, angry, upset, slightly frustrated, whatever. I meant the same thing. I use these things interchangeably. Words like that, angry and terrible, these are subjective. So what I mean when I say something is terrible and what you mean by something is terrible can mean different things. To you, when you use the word terrible, you might be way up here on the scale with the worst thing that could ever happen in the world when you call something terrible. With me, I'm still down here. Okay? That's enough discussing fucking semantics, okay? There's no need to analyze every line of dialogue that came out of my mouth in that video. Because at the end of the day, plenty of people do disagree with my main point in that video. And I've said this plenty of times now, and people actually disagree with this, which is, it makes sense why not everyone would be happy with the early release. That's the whole point of the video right there. Boom, done. That's it. And people actually disagree with that. Like, I've given examples of why somebody might be frustrated. with the early release. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to go over everything I went over in my first video and my second video in regards to this. And honestly, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I don't really want to make a third video in regards to this, and I completely understand if you don't want to watch it. And when other people are making videos about me and misconstruing the point of that video and framing things in a certain way, I'm going to respond. And like I said, I haven't even watched Griffin's video yet, but I can see in the title, he calls me an entitled Halo man-child. Entitled. Okay. Believing oneself to be inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Okay, so that's not me. So I'm not entitled. Okay, so you're objectively wrong in your title. Congratulations. But yeah, I think it's time we get into this video. I'm probably just going to show the parts of the video where I don't know how the fuck I should do this, man. I don't want to show my video again. Okay, I like these videos I react to, I like to play them in their entirety. I really do, but this is my third video on this. Yeah, like, I don't want to show my original video again in this video. So I'm just going to chop this up as best I can. Yeah, I'll link his video in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. So let's get into this. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Oh yeah, I know many people call this dude a Leafy clone, and I can completely understand why. I briefly checked out a few of his other videos, and yeah, the dude is a Leafy clone. It kind of weirded me out, actually. I'm sure he gets that a lot. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't really have much to say on that, besides it's just kind of fucking weird. But yeah, let's get into it.
Alright, what's up guys? Hope you all are having a great day today. Not really a long intro here because this video we're going to be taking a look at, it's like 15 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I don't think it really needs to be played. Like, this dude literally repeats himself over and over and over again. So, the title of the video we're going to be taking a look at here today.
Okay, yeah, I do repeat myself. And sometimes it's intentional. Because, I mean, this is why. Because people still don't understand the point I'm trying to get across, even though I repeat myself over and over and over again. Like, I'll see people in the comments just say some stupid ass shit, which I already cleared up in the video. Like, I addressed that in the video, but it's as if they didn't hear me say it. So I repeat these things over and over again, and it's like they still didn't hear me say it. So I guess I shouldn't repeat myself. I really shouldn't, because it doesn't help these people anyways.
Today is 343 Industries drops Halo 3 PC unexpectedly. WTF, angry face emoji. Now, apparently this man is not happy that they released Halo 3 on PC earlier than expected. Like, I genuinely don't know how you could be mad over something like that, but I think we're gonna figure it out, guys, because...
Okay, don't know how somebody could be mad about that. Okay, again, I don't like repeating. I don't want to repeat what I said in my other videos, but I guess we're gonna have to do it. Don't understand why somebody could be mad by that. Okay, here's an example. You and your buddies, you plan to play Halo 3 as soon as it launches on PC, right? And you're planning for the time that 343 told you. They gave us the date that Halo 3 was releasing on PC like 7 days before, and then 4 days before they gave us the time. Okay, so it's such a short notice. I would kind of think that date and time would be reliable, but apparently it wasn't. So you're planning to play right at launch with your buddies, okay? Well, the game drops early. Maybe you're not at your computer ready to go. You're busy. You might be at work. See, some people don't understand that. Some people don't understand some people work night shift. They just think, oh, if you took off work, you'll be off the next day and you could still play anyway. And well, some people work during the night, okay? That's a thing. But anyways, you're busy for whatever reason. You can't play when 343 Shadow dropped the game. But all your friends, they got nothing going on. they're at their computers and ready to go. So they play Halo 3 without you. And you're not there to play with them because you're busy. Now, you rearranged your schedule. You cleared your schedule. You prepared for the launch of Halo 3 on PC. You prepared for the date and time 343 gave you. But they released it early. So now you don't get to experience it with your friends as soon as the game launched. So maybe by the time you can play the game, your friends are already off and now you're playing solo. And I know Halo 3 is a 12-year-old game. Some people keep saying, oh, it's an old game, so who cares? It's still the first time it's launching on PC. People like to play games at launch for whatever reason. Is it a necessity? No. Do you have to play at launch? No. You don't have to do a lot of things. You don't have to do, the only thing you gotta do is die. That's it. So like, no, you don't have to play at launch. You just want to, okay? You just want to play at launch. And you prepared to, you cleared your schedule, and they dropped the game early. And now your friends are playing without you. And you might be a little frustrated by that. Not the end of the world, but you might be a little frustrated by that. Why can't we comprehend this? And hey, maybe you found something wrong with that example. Maybe you're really reading into it too much, like people did with the cruise analogy, which I can't wait to hear what this guy says about my cruise analogy, because I'm pretty sure I already know where he's gonna go with it. But even if you had a problem with that example, here's another example. People wanted to play it at launch. They wanted to, just because. Just because, okay? They planned to play it at launch with the date and the time 343 gave us, but they released it early, and at that early time they released it, that person was busy, couldn't play it at launch, so they're mildly frustrated, okay? There it is. There it is. There you go. Boom. All right, let's carry on.
I'm just gonna say, man, this dude is big mad. So I think without further ado, let's play this absolutely fantastic YouTube video.
Except I'm not. Alrighty, so I actually just woke up. I played a couple hours of Halo 3 PC last night, and so far I'm really enjoying the game. Shot registration was phenomenal for me. I was actually mind blown by some of the shots I was able to hit across the map. I'm sure other people are experiencing some incidents of bad shot registration. Like there was a few times where I had some questionable things happen. Skipped some of this BS. Okay. Oh man, I already know this dude's a fucking joke. Oh my god. So this fucking guy. So the BS that he skips is like 12 seconds. And within those 12 seconds, I say my overall experience with the game was pretty good. But my overall experience was pretty good. So that's the BS he skipped, where I was praising the game, where I was happy about the way the game performed and the way it felt. So clearly he is trying to push a certain narrative, that narrative being I was big and mad. He's definitely trying to frame this video a certain way. That is very, very clear to me at this point. This video, this is just gonna be me bitching.
Damn, bro, I really couldn't have figured that out from the title. Thanks for the clarification.
Is this Leafy? It's just fucking, this is Leafy. This is weird. But no, yeah, bitching. I mean, people would consider this bitching. That's fine. That doesn't mean I have no point to what I'm saying, but people would consider this bitching. That's fine. That's all this is gonna be. So I can understand if you don't want to watch it. But yeah, I gotta kind of rant about this. I have to, man, because for those of you who don't know, they shadow dropped Halo 3 on PC last night. And some people were frustrated by this.
Yeah, man, I just absolutely hate it when a game I pre-order comes out a day earlier and I get to play it sooner than I expected. That's just awful, bro. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? How could they do this shit to me?
They changed the date. Okay, so missing the point. Oh, I didn't see that coming. In time that they're releasing the game and Shadow dropped it. And yeah, some people are frustrated, myself included.
Yo, is it just me, or does this dude look like he's about to cry? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Who broke this man's heart?
That's what I'm thinking to myself, right? Just like any... That was like a... I mean, come on, he could have picked a better still frame of my face than that. That wasn't even that good. Okay. Game that you want to take off work to play when it releases. Halo 3, that was my game. And that's my pride and joy. I'm taking off work and I'm gonna play this game as soon as it drops.
I mean, it's not even like they delayed the game, so when he was supposed to take off work, he can still sit on his ass and play Halo 3 all day.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go drown myself in the bathtub. All right. Man, people were telling me that Griffin Gaming destroyed you, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it. I mean, I know I'm only 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the video, but yeah, this is weak. Real fucking weak. So what he's saying in this portion of the video is something I see in a lot of different people say, but again, completely missing the point. He's saying that, oh, if you took off work to play Halo 3 at its scheduled release date and time, well, you can still do that because the game released earlier. It released the night before. So I've seen some people say now you have more time to play the game. But as I've said time and time again, it's not about having the maximum amount of time to play the game. It's about playing it right at launch. Some people wanted to play right when the game dropped, for whatever reason that may be. Okay? Just because they released the game early, it doesn't mean everyone's just sitting at their computer in case they dropped the game early. No. You might have been busy when they dropped the game early, which means, okay, you might not be able to play at launch, which is what you wanted to do for whatever reason that may be. And now you might be a little frustrated. Honestly, my frustration stems more from the fact that people can't comprehend why not everyone would be happy with the early release. That's where most of my frustration comes from. People think I was making such a big deal out of this. I was so angry. But I wasn't. I wasn't so angry. I wasn't making a huge deal out of this. I recorded the video and moved on. I even said in my original video that this ain't going to be a big deal going forward. It was just a little annoying the night it dropped early. And I know this ain't going to be a big issue going forward. This was just annoying the night they unexpectedly dropped the game. So I wasn't making a big deal out of this at all. But yet, there's still people commenting on that video. What are we? It's 2 weeks later now. People are still commenting on that video. You're commenting on a video about a game releasing early 2 weeks later. It's irrelevant at this point. And people are still triggered by that video. Y'all are the ones making a big deal out of it. There's people making videos about my video several days, if not weeks, after I put the video out. So you're making a video about somebody else's video in regards to a game releasing early several days later. It's not even relevant anymore. So, I made the video and moved on. And here we are 2 weeks later and people are still talking about it. So who's really the one making a big deal out of it? Who's really the one that can't move on from this? Because it ain't me.
Like, what the fuck is the problem here?
And Other people had similar plans. Well, we don't get a date that they are releasing Halo 3 on PC until 7 days before. Till 7 days before. We don't get the time the game is dropping until like 4 days before. And then, like 12 hours before the time that they give us that the game's gonna drop, they change it and they shadow drop the game right then and there.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're missing some key information here? Like, does this man work at Walmart, and instead of working the day shift, he decided to work the night shift so he could play the game when it came out, and that's why he's butthurt over this entire thing? Like, I genuinely am wondering, because literally, there is no reason to bitch about a game coming out sooner than you expected, because it's not like the game has a fucking expiration date. Once the game's out, it's out, so if you took off time to play the game, and the game's already out...
It's just people... Should I even risk? This is one of the weakest videos I've seen about mine. Like, this is sad. He's just completely missing the point. I mean, and that's going to be this whole video. I'm pretty sure that'll be this entire video, him just missing the point. Again, people wanted to play it at launch. That's it. Some people wanted to. Why'd they want to play it at launch? Who the fuck knows? For multiple different reasons, but they did. Some people didn't get to because of the early release date, or it screwed up their plans. They wanted to make content on the game as soon as it dropped, didn't get to because they were busy when 343 Shadow dropped it. Regardless, there are plenty of reasons why somebody might be a little frustrated, why they might not be happy it released early. It's just, there's no getting through to these people.
Did you literally still have that time to play the game? Like, I genuinely don't know how anyone could bitch about this, but you know, here we are.
Now, when I expressed my frustrations with that... Okay, but is he bitching about me bitching about the game releasing early? Several days later, after the game's already out? Like, isn't that what he's doing? Kind of hypocritical. Them shadow dropping the game and not being able to stick to a set date and time, I was met with a lot of comments along the lines of, "Oh, you're mad they're releasing it early? How could you be mad they're releasing it early? Oh, you always got to find something to complain about."
I mean, is that really such an unfair assumption to make? Because, I mean, if I was uploading a video like this, I would at least listen back to it and make sure before I hit publish that it doesn't make me sound borderline retarded. Because right now,
Oh, the fucking irony in that. Well, buddy, how did you think you sounded in this video right here? Did you think you sounded intelligent? Like you were making good points? Wow, dude. What a fucking joke. Oh, I expected more out of this video. I'm fucking disappointed.
The only thing people are going to take from this video is that you are mad that they get to play a game sooner than what they expected.
I mean, I think I made my point pretty clear in the video. I explained myself. Again, people misinterpret. Critical thinking is tough. You know, even though there wasn't really much to think about, I made it pretty clear. A-Rash, I'll link his channel in the description. He was met with similar comments.
Wow, what a shock. The same stupid take from two different people gets the same reaction. Who would have guessed?
And in the official Halo Discord. He said, stuff like this is seriously pathetic for a major company. I don't know why it is so hard to give us release dates and stick to them.
I mean, just imagine you order something from Amazon, it says it's going to take 3 days to get there, but 2 days later, you walk up to your front door, you see a package sitting there, and it's the item you ordered. Are you genuinely going to get pissed off and be like, oh my god, I cannot believe Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, couldn't get my delivery date right? You know, I am demanding a refund right now. I demand compensation for my time and trouble, because this is outrageous. They delivered my package earlier than I expected. How could they do this? I mean, do you not understand how retarded you sound, dude? Like, Jesus Christ. And you're wondering why you're getting backlash for this shit.
People like to say my cruise analogy was bad, and if you haven't heard it, I'm sure you'll hear it later on in this video, and I can't wait to get to that part. But no, this analogy was fucking bad. But actually, maybe it wasn't such a terrible comparison. I mean, first off, the main reason I said it's a bad comparison is because estimated delivery dates for your packages through post office, FedEx, UPS, whatever it may be, not really the most reliable thing in the world, especially if they give you a delivery time. Yeah, it's usually not that reliable. There's plenty of times where your packages don't get delivered on the estimated delivery date, and there's a really good chance that your package isn't getting delivered at the exact time that they give you, if they give you a time. So to compare an estimated delivery date or time of a package and a release date and time for a game is absurd. That is so foolish. I would be embarrassed to make that comparison. Like, you were okay with how this video sounded? You rewatched it before you hit publish? And you thought that was a good comparison? That's really fucking sad. It really is. Yeah, games get delayed. That happens. Release dates change. But they're way more reliable than an estimated delivery date or time for a package. And with 343 giving us the release date for Halo 3 PC 7 days prior and the release time 4 days prior, with such short notice like that, I think that would make that date and time even more reliable. But despite the short notice, they still changed it in the end. But the reason I said that might not be the worst analogy in the world is because I could understand why someone might be frustrated with their package coming early. Right? Maybe they want to be there when their package gets delivered. Maybe it's something important. Maybe it did come earlier than the estimated delivery date. They weren't home. Somebody stole the package. Now they're frustrated. See, apparently I have this gift to see both sides of a situation. I don't know why I inherited this gift, and apparently a lot of others did not. But yeah, I can see both sides. I could see why you would be happy that the game released early. I could see why you would be frustrated. I could see why you would be happy your package came early. I could see why someone might be frustrated. I guess I have a gift. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that is just, how could you, I agree, 100%. And then people are like, oh, are you serious? And Arash says 100%. So you're literally complaining about a company releasing a game early? And Arash says, yeah, some people make plans around set dates and times companies give them. It's not hard to stick to the times you tell people. 100%.
Yo, why is this guy sounding like he's about to cry again, dude? Like, just take a break, go hug your Cortana body pillow. You know, everything will be alright. You can still play Halo 3 whenever you want. Nah, but for real though, bring back Halo 4 Cortana.
He is not wrong at all. This guy, like, does he think he's funny? Is that what he's going for? These are just some weak insults or humor. I don't know what the fuck he's going for. This guy, so it's a bad thing they release it 12 hours early? Alright, cool. Yes, it's a terrible fucking thing. And then
I love how we're like 4 minutes into this video and he says like, oh, it's a terrible thing, but he still hasn't said why it's a terrible thing. You know, it's just bad, bro. Like, you may be able to win some people over if you actually told them why, but I highly fucking doubt it because the entire crux of this argument is some logic you would expect from a person with like a single-digit IQ.
you got... might be able to win some people over if I tell them why. I do explain why in this video, but that didn't even help. Okay, I explained why in my second video. I explained why time and time again. I explained why in this video, but yeah, that doesn't change anything. But as you just heard, I said it was a terrible thing, and I already addressed that at the beginning of this video. So, Snickerdoodle says. At Arash in the Discord, and so, okay, hang on, we'll just roll it back for everyone and tell them it was because you were mad. How the fuck can people not understand that you would be frustrated with them releasing the game unexpected like this?
Guys, I don't know if it's just me, but I think he's kind of pissed off here.
How the fuck can people not understand that you would be... That's a good clip. Okay. Said I'm kind of pissed off there. Yeah, I really wasn't mad at all in that clip. See, that's what I'm talking about. I talk loud, I talk passionately, and I cuss. So people equate that to anger. I am so angry. I'm not. Frustrated with them releasing the game unexpected like this.
Again, bro, go hug that Cortana body pillow. Maybe give it a nice big squeeze. Maybe some post-nut clarity could do you some good here.
I feel like I should be getting mad at like these insults, but they're just so fucking weak. I feel bad for the guy, honestly. Yeah. They give us the release date 7 days before. They give us the release time 4 days before, and then they fucking change it and just drop it right then and there. You don't understand how people could be frustrated by that? People take off of work. They plan for this shit because they want to play the game right when it drops. You don't understand how people wouldn't like them releasing the game unexpectedly early?
Pretty much.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just when you think the self-awareness can't get any fucking lower, Jesus Christ.
And then there were even more brain-dead replies on this tweet Arash put out saying apparently H3 is out. I don't know why 343 has a dying hatred of actually sticking to release times. And you had people saying, why is this a bad thing? You could still play it at whatever time you planned, but others can begin playing it now. First off, that's not the point. You want to play. You plan to play the game right when it drops.
What difference at this point does it make?
What difference does it make? But that's not the point. That isn't the point. I explain why people would want to play it at launch. I've explained why a little in this video, in my first video, and my second video, okay? I explained why multiple times. But again, it doesn't matter why people wanted to play it at launch. That's not the point. The point is some people did want to play it at launch. Some people planned to play it at launch. They rearranged their schedules to play it at launch. 343 releases the game early. They were busy at that time, couldn't play it at launch. It's as simple as that. Even if you disagree with that frustration, it's as simple as that. Some people are frustrated about that. End of story.
Bro, in that situation, nothing changes. You can just play it that night, and then when you wake up in the morning, instead of going to work, just play Halo 3 because you already took the day. Like, I
missing the point.
Don't get it, dude.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't get it, man. I know it's really hard for you. This is there's just so much to take in. I'll pray for you, buddy. I'll pray it gets easier. Critical thinking is hard. I understand that.
I genuinely don't get it, but whatever,
yeah,
man. Apparently this dude is just really upset. He's literally acting like this game releasing like 12 hours early literally ruined his entire life.
Nah, wasn't acting like that at all. Okay, so again, misconstruing. Okay, that's fine. You want to play it right when it drops. Some people want to grind it from the time it drops all through the night.
What are you grinding for? You don't unlock anything in Halo except armor. What advantage are you missing out on by not being able to play the game right when it drops?
What are people grinding the game for? First off, could be just to play it. Second, maybe to unlock armor and the other rewards for Season 2. I mean, you answered your own question. What are you grinding for? The only thing to unlock is armor. You literally ask a question and then you fucking answered it. Like, not even like 5 seconds later. You sure you rewatched this video before you uploaded it? Are you sure? Nah, I don't think you did, buddy. I don't think you did. Could be grinding to get a level 50. Some people like to race to get the first level 50 in a playlist. You could be grinding the game for whatever reason. But that reason is irrelevant to my video. It's not important.
It's not like you're playing Call of Duty where all the good guns are like locked at the higher levels. Like Halo, you get everything from the start. You just don't get some armor. That's about it.
And this, because they like finding something to cry about. 343 gives us Season 2 update early and Halo 3 on PC and it's bad? Question mark? How is releasing a game earlier than intended shady? Literally no one loses in this. No one loses in this situation? What? What?
And again, he doesn't bother to explain it. That's the entire thing in this situation. Like, he's literally saying that people getting a game earlier than what they expected is somehow a negative thing, and then offers no explanation on how his situation is negatively impacted because this game came out earlier. So
he keeps saying, I'm not explaining why. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Watch the entire video. It's a 14-minute video, which is actually on the shorter side compared to some of my other videos. I don't know what to tell you. You watched a couple minutes of the video. He didn't explain why. That's like me watching the first couple minutes of a movie and then going, how did that guy die? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. I'm 5 minutes into the movie and they haven't explained how that dude was killed. Man, this guy is fucking oblivious.
Can you really be mad at people for not understanding where the fuck you're coming from when you don't even bother to explain it to?
What do you mean I don't even bother to explain it? But I do. He hasn't even finished the video. I don't even think he's halfway through the video. Man, again, like, people were telling me this dude destroyed me. I've watched some other reactions to my video, other responses to my video, and they were pretty bad, but I think they were better than this. This is awful.
To them. But even then, you're not going to win anyone over because this entire video is just absolutely retarded.
Imagine being mad that one of the most anticipated Halo games on PC released early. These people, I don't understand it.
I think everybody watching your video is probably thinking the exact same fucking thing.
I mean, completely brain dead.
I'm funny.
Nobody
I'm funny.
understands how
Laugh
you could
at
be
me.
frustrated that something released early?
That's right, no one understands why I'm mad about this, but they're the brain dead ones. Again, self-awareness and the fucking negatives.
And there was plenty of... I stand by that. I do. You're a moron. If you don't understand, if you can't comprehend, why not everyone would be excited with the early release? Again, I said I wasn't going to repeat myself, but I gotta address it. Of other unintelligent comments, but I don't have time to go through them all.
Yeah, but this video still has 10 minutes in it, bro, so obviously you kind of did have time to go through it.
But let me put it like this, for those of you who... What? What? So because there's like 10 more minutes left in the video, that means I had time to read through all the Twitter comments? What the fuck is that logic? Who don't understand how releasing something early and changing the date and time unexpectedly could be a bad thing.
Holy shit, guys, 6 minutes into this video, and he's finally going to explain why he's actually upset over this and how it could actually be perceived as a negative thing. It took him long enough.
Well, I'm 10 minutes and 30 seconds into your video, and you have yet to explain how I am the most entitled Halo man-child on YouTube. I mean, I'm not entitled. You're objectively wrong there. You can't really argue that. So let's say you plan a week-long vacation for you and your family. You plan a cruise. Yes, I can't wait. Oh, I say I can't wait, but I already know what he's gonna say. So, okay. And there's a set date and a set time that you're gonna board the cruise. Okay, and let's say the terminal where you got to go to board the cruise is like 3 hours away, right? And it's the night before. Tomorrow you're going to the terminal, you're boarding the cruise, and there you go, right? It's the night before, you have all your shit packed, you're ready to go to sleep, you're gonna wake up early, get to the terminal 2 hours before boarding, and yeah, that's the plan, right? And then all of a sudden, the cruise line comes out and says, we're boarding now. We're boarding right now. Oh, that's a good thing because it's early. Oh, it's early. That's a good thing.
This has...
Okay, so before he says anything, a lot of people gave me shit about that analogy, but let's just explain real quick why that was a proper analogy. People planned to play Halo 3 right at launch at the date and time 343 gave them. 343 changed the date and time, released the game early. Some people might see that as an inconvenience and might be a little frustrated. The cruise. People plan to board the ship at the date and time the cruise line gave them. The cruise line changed that date and time, made the boarding time earlier. Some people might see that as an inconvenience and might be a little frustrated. Boom. There it is. There's how the two things relate. That's it. Now I know he's gonna read into it too much, into this analogy. I guarantee it. Well, you could still, if you miss the cruise, then the cruise is gone. That's it. If Halo 3, if you miss the launch time, you can still play it later. I know that's going to be a thing. Just because the boarding time's early doesn't mean the departure time for the cruise is changed. No, the departing time will be the same. And again, all those things. That's just a matter of reading into my analogy more than you should be. It was a proper analogy. I explained it and it stopped there. But if you want to go beyond that and misinterpret it, then I can't stop you. But the two things I was relating about the early release for Halo 3 and the boarding time being changed for the cruise, those two things are similar. Similar in the sense that they could both be seen as an inconvenience and frustrate people. And one more thing, when I said the boarding time was changed, it was made several hours earlier, I was implying that the departure time was changed too. I was saying that the boarding time was changed to the night before, several hours earlier, and you had the board right then and there, or you weren't, or you were gonna miss the cruise. Either that, or you had to rush to the terminal to board. And let me just answer this real quick, because I know he's gonna say it. Yeah, just because you miss that cruise, that doesn't mean, you can never go on another cruise. No. So if the cruise leaves without you, you can always go on a different cruise another time. If you miss the exact launch time for Halo 3, you can always play Halo 3 another time. Okay, so it's not like, the cruise, that's a one and done thing. You miss it, you can't go on a cruise. No, you can go on another cruise at a later time, okay? It was a proper analogy.
Has to be one of the worst analogies I think I've heard in my entire life. Like, as someone who has actually been on...
Coming from the dude who made a terrible analogy about the Amazon packages, the estimated delivery on
a cruise like 5 times in the past 5 years, I know for a fact, like, the shittiest part of going on a cruise is having to get there and wait in line to get on the boat, because everybody goes at...
See? He's relating his personal experience with cruises. What did I say about reading into it too much? Did I call that or what? This guy's a fucking joke.
One time. So them actually opening it up early for people to board ahead of time would speed that process up. You don't have to spend like 2 hours waiting in line to get your passport checked, to go through security and everything like that. So personally, that sounds like a good thing. It's not like the ship's pulling off 12 hours ahead of time and leaving you at the fucking dock, bro. And it's even more retarded to compare this to a fucking video game, because a cruise is a limited time thing. Once a video game...
It's a limited time thing. I promise I didn't watch this video ahead of time. I promise I didn't. I swear. I just knew this is where he was going. I'm a psychic. I can see the future.
Play it whenever you want.
You're 3 hours away from the terminal. You plan to be there on time, but they unexpectedly, without warning, just changed it and said, "Hey, we're boarding now." Another reason I said that it was implied that the departure time was changed along with the boarding time being changed is because I said the boarding time was changed to the night before. So like, I don't know, 12 hours earlier. Yeah, they're not going to make people board the ship 12 hours early, or literally the night before, and then just sit on the ship through the night and then leave in the... They wouldn't make you board the night before just to sit on the ship through the night and then leave at the normal departure time. I don't know if that's ever happened. Maybe it has. But when I said the boarding time was being changed, was being made earlier, I was implying that the departure time is as well. I thought that was kind of common sense, but I guess not. But either way, it was a proper analogy, and I've explained why. You don't... That's a good thing?
Pretty much, dude.
Some people, man, the stupidity. I cannot stand stupidity. And it's just, stupidity is so common in the world today.
You're really not helping stopping the spread either.
It is. Like, I feel like there's a bunch of people, like, I feel like Leafy's, like, little insults are better than this. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I watched Leafy, but this is pathetic. Like, I feel like you could tell somebody 2 + 2 = 4, and people just sit there and deny it. Nah, it's 5. It's 5. You could prove to them it's 4, but now they're just gonna sit there, it's 5. Nope, it's 5. They won't have it any other way, it's 5.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie, that literally sounds like what you were doing when you were reading through all those comments. Like, you refused to listen to people explaining to you why it's not a bad thing, and you just kept...
I've said I understand. I understand. I don't know if he got to that part of the video, but I've said plenty of times that I understand why someone might be happy that the game released early. I understand why many people are happy that the game released early. I get it. Again, I can see both sides to it. I'm gifted, apparently. Apparently. I understand why some people would be frustrated. I understand why some people would be happy.
Saying like, no, it's not, it's awful, bro, you don't understand, you don't get it. Like, you're literally the person saying that 2 + 2 = 5, and you're just too stupid to realize it.
I'm stupid. Even though you have proof, you could back it up. No, it's 4. Here, I'll show you. Weak ass insults. Nope, 5. People are ignorant and fucking stupid as shit. Now, I get it. If you were sitting here at your PC and just bored as shit and thinking to yourself, man, I really wish it was tomorrow. I want to play Halo 3 PC right now. And then 343 comes down and says, oh, we're dropping it now. Yay. Yeah, I understand being happy. Cool. Fine.
So why are you so angry then? Like, Jesus Christ, get over it.
Why am I so angry? This is so funny, dude. I am not so angry. I'm just explaining why some people would be frustrated with it. That's it. It's not a big deal. Y'all are treating it like a big deal. Y'all are the ones making it bigger than it needs to be. But to not understand how some people would be frustrated with this is so absurd. Like, some people were busy. They cleared their schedule for a certain date and time when this game was supposed to drop, because they want to play it right when it releases. And without warning, they just changed the date and time. If they had, like, they had to have known there was a possibility they were going to change the time, and, like, they couldn't have at least warned us? Like,
I think he's slowly starting to slip into insanity at this point.
Actually, I've seen several 343 devs on Twitter liking and retweeting posts talking about the game launching on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Well, it would have been 1 p.m. for me, my time, 10 Pacific. But yeah, I saw 343 employees on Twitter retweeting and liking posts that said that. Oh, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Like a couple hours before they shadow dropped the fucking game. What? What?
It's called a surprise release, bro. Like, it was supposed to be a positive thing. Like, hey, guess what? The game was supposed to come out tomorrow, but you can play it right now. Like, that's a positive thing. Everybody was probably happy with that announcement, but here we are watching a video from an angry man-child, upset that people got to play the game sooner than expected, because somehow that's a...
I'm upset people got to play the game sooner than expected? I'm upset that people got to play the game sooner than expected. That's what he just said. Completely false. Just not true. Again, missing the point of the video. I mean, you're seeing it right here. This is the dislike ratio. What is it at? 178 likes, 2.8k dislikes, which, like I said in my second video, people like to just pile on to that dislike button when they see it's a lot of people are disliking a video. But I'm not denying that people disagreed with my video. But yeah, I'm sure that's what a lot of this is, misinterpreting it. It was a positive thing for so many people. A lot of people were so happy that the game released early, and rightfully so. I'm just explaining why some people might be frustrated. And going forward, personally, I would like to know the exact date and time that a game is going to drop. That's just me. I like having that knowledge.
A negative thing.
Yet again, incompetent as fuck. I need a different word. I need a different word because I'm getting tired of saying incompetent when talking about fucking 343, man. And you know, another thing which doesn't really apply to myself because I'm all over the place with my YouTube channel and the videos I upload, and I'm always late to getting certain videos out. So this doesn't really affect me because, like I said, I don't know. I'm so unorganized. But there's some content creators out there who wanted to make videos on Halo 3 PC right when it dropped about Season 2 or the new Skull, the challenges, all kinds of things. Well, first off, okay, I gotta stop for a second. I don't know how much of my video he has skipped. I don't think he skipped much of my video. I don't know. Was the beginning the only part that he skipped? Where he said, I'm skipping some of this BS? You know, the part where I gave the game praise? Is that the only part of my video that he skipped? Maybe it wasn't, but it seems like it was. Really goes to show how he's trying to frame this video. It's pretty pathetic. Plenty of people already doesn't want to show me giving the game any praise. Beat them to it because they got early access to the game.
Aw, the poor YouTubers don't get to make the videos when they want to. We should all be so mad at 343 because a bunch of random YouTubers on YouTube don't get to make a video about a game we could all just be playing right now.
So okay, so that's the response I'm met with when I give a reason why some people might be frustrated. That's the response I get. Okay, he wanted a reason why. He wanted me to tell him why. Well, here's a reason why. One of the reasons. And this is the response. And again, I never said that was the end of the world. I'm just saying that's a reason someone might be frustrated. Whether you think that's legitimate or not, it's fine. Like,
instead of watching YouTube videos on, you know, excuse me while I play the world's smallest violin for the fact that YouTubers didn't get early access to this game and they have to play it just like everyone else. You know, cry me a fucking river.
But was I crying about it? No, I don't think I was. It's just giving a reason why some people might be a little frustrated that the game released early, which is what he wanted. He wanted me to explain why, but once you explain why, that's what you're met with. That's again, now pathetic. They get this random, unexpected release time for the game, which they might not have been prepared for. They might have been at work, so they may not have been at home at their setup ready to make videos when 343 unexpectedly announced, hey, the game's live right now.
So as a YouTuber who also has other shit in life to worry about, like for me personally, I have an internship this summer, which is like full-time, and then on top of that, I'm a full-time college student, and you're not going to catch me sitting here bitching and moaning like if a game company decided to release a game early and say I have to be at work or I have school at that time, because guess what? I'm not an entitled little shit, and I'm not going to bash a company for doing something positive for everyone else, even though I can't necessarily take advantage.
Wasn't bitching and moaning about it. Again, just explaining why some people might be frustrated. I said that right there about the content creation. I said that didn't even apply to me. Like, I addressed that in my video. I said that doesn't apply to me. So I don't know what the fuck this guy's on about.
Of that. But guess what? I could still play the game when I initially intended to, so forgive me for not whipping out the world's smallest violin and shedding a legitimate tear for you here, bro. Like, honestly, get some fucking perspective.
I need to get perspective? Again, I said that part didn't even apply to me. I said that didn't even apply to me. But you could see how that some people might be frustrated with that. They wanted to make content on the game right at launch. They released it early. They were busy. They couldn't. Whether you think that... I'm not saying that's a big deal. I'm just saying that's a reason somebody... This is why I repeat myself. Because these fucks just don't get it. They just don't get it. Do I even upload this? I feel bad for this guy. I do. I legitimately feel bad for him. That's, I was not anticipating feeling bad by the end of this video, but I am feeling bad for him. Like, again, that doesn't apply to me because, like, I'm always late. I take my time on getting my videos out, so everyone beats me to certain videos anyway. Like, if there's an MCC dev blog, everyone and their mom's gonna have a video out before me. That's just the way it is, and I don't really care. But to other people, this really affects them. 343. Never do this again. Stick to a set date and time, right? And let us know a good amount of time in advance of what that date and time are.
You know what, 343, if by some chance one of your employees is watching this, do me a favor, announce the release date for Halo Infinite. It just completely randomly dropped the game like a week early just to trigger this dude, because in all honesty, that's almost as entertaining as Halo 3 on PC, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't understand. Okay, so I guess he kind of jokes about releasing Halo Infinite early, which I'm pretty sure that would piss off a lot more people than releasing Halo 3 on PC early. I have seen several people say that, oh, if it was Halo Infinite that released early, then I'd have a problem with it. And speaking of Halo Infinite, the gameplay reveal for Halo Infinite happened like a week or two ago now, and a lot of people were preparing to stream their live reaction to the gameplay reveal. They were planning around the date and time they were given. Had they done the reveal early, I'm sure that would have pissed some people off. Again, wouldn't be the end of the world, but some people wanted to stream their live reaction, and they did. But imagine if they changed it, and like they changed the reveal to 12 hours earlier, and maybe that person was sleeping during that time, and they wanted to live stream their live reaction, make content on it as soon as the reveal. I'm sure that would have pissed plenty of people off. I understand why people can't comprehend how someone could be frustrated that they released the game unexpectedly early. It's common sense why someone would be frustrated about this. And you know, I was frustrated to begin with how long it took them to give us an actual confirmed date and time the game was coming out.
This dude's literally just looking to bitch about anything at this point. Like, I get content's kind of slow.
Nope.
When you have a Halo dedicated channel, you don't really have much to talk about, but this is just absolutely pathetic, dude.
Right? And I wanted to take... Funny he says that, because I have tons of videos I want to make, but just don't have the time to make them. See, I said it. I knew people think I was just trying to find something to bitch about. Really wasn't that at all. I was just explaining why some people would be frustrated with the early, you guys know. Take off work, and I did, but like 2 weeks, like a little over a week in advance before July 14th. I was at work talking to my boss. I'm like, is it cool if I take off a day next week? He's like, yeah, sure. Just let me know ahead of time. What day do you need off? And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what time I need off, because 343 won't fucking tell me what time I need off, because I knew the game was coming out. Well, first I didn't know the game was coming out July 14th. I didn't know. We didn't know that until like 7 days before.
Could you like imagine actually walking up to your boss and saying like, yeah, I need a day off next week? And they ask, oh, what day do you need off? And you say, well, I don't fucking know, dude. 343 Industries hasn't fucking dropped the date yet, dude. Fuck them.
But I pray that this man doesn't actually think I literally said that to my boss. I really hope not. Please. Even after I knew that, then it was like, okay, well, what time is it coming off? What time is it coming out? I work a 9 to 5.
So if you work a 9 to 5, you would have already been home from work for the day when it came out early. You could have played that night, and then you took off the day that it was supposed to come out, so you would have had that entire day to play the game.
Yeah, so that means I would have been able to play it right at launch. Yeah, okay. Keep missing the point. Keep on.
So what is the fucking problem here, dude?
Yep. So the problem is you're misinterpreting the video. Boom. That's the problem. If the game came out the same time Halo 2 launched on PC, I would have been home from work, and I would have just taken off Wednesday, because then I would have had a full day to play. But if it was coming out in the middle of the day and I was at work, well, then I would have to take off Tuesday, because I want to play it right when it drops. And then we finally found out it was 1 o'clock, so I ended up taking off Tuesday. And I say 1 o'clock because that's what time it was for me, because I'm Eastern time, but people in the West, it was 10 Pacific. But yeah, even though I was off work on Tuesday, I still wasn't prepared for them to shadow drop the game, especially when they're liking and retweeting posts that are saying, oh, the game's coming out tomorrow at 1.
So you literally just admit that it worked out for the better for you, and you literally have no reason to complain about this shit? You're just pissed off that they dropped it before it was supposed to come out because you weren't expecting it? That's the whole point of a surprise drop, you dumb motherfucker.
Like, so he thinks I was frustrated because it was unexpected. I feel like I made it pretty clear that the frustration from me and several others was because we wanted to play right at launch. I think maybe he's assuming that I was available to play the game when they shadow dropped it. Like I was just sitting there at my computer in case they dropped it early. Yeah, I don't know. Completely missing the point. It's not about how much time you can play the game. It's not about getting the maximum amount of game time in. It was more about people wanting to play right at launch. Like, what? A lot of people weren't ready for this, and people just say, "Oh, you could still play it at the time you took off work and the time you planned to play it." Yeah, that's not a problem. People want to play it right when it drops and grind the game. That is a thing. You want to play it right when it drops.
This dude is like some next level version of entitled, bro. Like, he literally does not want other people to play a video game because it doesn't release at the time that he wants it to.
I don't want others, he says I don't want others to play the game because if you, he said I don't want to, he's saying I don't want others to play the game because it released early. Like, is that what I said? I don't think that's what I said. I don't care that people played it early. Some people are happy they got to play it early, and sure, I'm happy for them. I said it at the beginning of the video. It's just gonna be misconstruing my point the whole time. I knew this. This isn't a shocker to me. You can't comprehend that, you're a moron. So that's gonna just about do it for this video.
Well, thank God we can stop watching this piece of shit now. But anyway, long story short, he's big mad that the game didn't come out when it was supposed to, even though he took off the entire day and got to play it for the entire day, instead of only being able to play it for half that day, and he also got to play it the night that it came out after he got off of work. So, long story short, he's literally bitching that he got to play the game more than he initially intended to, and overall, this dude is a complete piece of shit. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video, and for all the recent support as well, and I will catch you guys next.
So he inferred that I was a complete piece of shit based off of that video. A video where I am open-minded, where I see both sides. I can understand why some people are happy. I can understand why some people didn't like the early release date. And that makes me a complete piece of shit. I mean, maybe calling me a complete piece of shit would make sense if some of the things he was saying in this video were true. Like, I was mad other people got to play early and I didn't, which that's just not true at all. Then maybe it's okay to call me a complete piece of shit. Maybe. But anyways, what can you really expect from this guy? There was so much wrong with his video. Misinterpreted what I was saying. And, yeah, that's basically all that was. He made some terrible points. But yeah, I think that's gonna just about do it. That video was a joke. I kind of feel bad for the dude. And, yeah, that's where we stand. This was my third video now in regards to this, because I wanted to respond to this video, and I'm glad I did, because, whew, some of the shit he was saying. I'm definitely glad that I cleared some of that up, because you look at his like to dislike ratio, 5.4 likes, 260 dislikes. Yikes. That's alarming. Definitely wasn't making a big deal out of this in the slightest. I'd say the people who are still commenting and making videos, responding to my video days and weeks later, I I'd say y'all are the ones making a bigger deal out of it. I've recorded that video explaining why some people wouldn't be happy with the early release, acknowledged that plenty of people, it makes sense why plenty of people would be happy with the release, and that was it. And then I moved on. So, hopefully I won't be making another video in regards to this same topic later on, because it's getting redundant at this point, and it's so irrelevant at this point. Halo 3 releasing early on PC. That's not relevant anymore. But we'll see if Mr. Griffin responds to this. Maybe he will. Who knows? And maybe I'll have to respond to that. I don't know. I won't tell you guys to hit the like button. I'm not as desperate as Mr. Griffin over here. But you can do what you want. Like it, dislike it. I don't really care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Oh, and real quick, one more thing I forgot to say to you, Griffin, is I will be patiently awaiting your apology, because you misconstrued so much of what I said in my video. I mean, you played most of my video within yours, so people heard what I had to say, but you showed a very pathetic lack of ability to comprehend my very simple point that I was trying to make, which is that not everyone would be excited with the early release. But it's whatever, it's fine. I don't really care a whole lot. I'll be awaiting your apology. And please don't meme the Logan Paul apology again, like you did in the description of one of your recent videos, and in your most recent video you actually read it aloud. Can we just stop with that? It's 2020, my guy. You're not clever. It's not funny anymore. I don't know if you're trying to go for this like edgy humor, but it's not working for you, man. It really isn't. It's cringe, if anything. I don't like to use that word too often, but it's the only way I can describe it. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Griffin, I recommend either working on your comprehension skills or keeping my name out of your mouth. See you later.